Hey guys, in today's video, I want to share how surpassing 500 subscribers and going towards 1,000 and beyond, how it's really transformed my life via YouTube and how it could potentially transform yours if you are interested in getting on YouTube. So the first thing I want to talk about is confidence. Being on YouTube really helped boost my confidence because I got on YouTube originally because I had lost my job. And I was like, now's the time. I really want to try to make a business, be a content creator, and go full in on YouTube. And I decided to do that about 12 weeks ago. And I have become monetized since then. And so many things have happened in my life. So many wonderful things have happened in my life since that moment of losing my job. The reason YouTube boosts your confidence is because you start creating content, you put it out there, and people start to respond to it and like it and subscribe and follow you. And it kind of reinvigorates you. It reminds you that you are capable, that you do have good things to say, that you can help people. And if you're passionate about what you're doing, that will shine and it will attract people to you. It will attract the tribe of people that enjoy you, enjoy your personality, vibe with you, that really resonate with what you're saying, and it will really attract a loyal following. And that helps boost your confidence when maybe you've hit a hard spot in life. And it also helps remind you that you can do this. You can make a business on YouTube. And I think it's an incredible opportunity that we have in this day and age. And, YouTube is a free platform. Anyone can jump on here. Anyone can give it their best shot and try to make a living through YouTube, take advantage of living in this kind of digital world. So the first thing I would say is that it's a really great boost in confidence. And the community on YouTube is incredible. And you get to know the community even more after 500 subscribers because people really start to comment on your videos, really start to give you feedback, really want to have a relationship with you and ask you questions and send you emails. And I think that it really just creates this beautiful community of give and take. Like, I can help you and you can help me by letting me know what you're struggling with so that I can create videos that are more specific to your needs. And it just helps to create this kind of beautiful cycle of knowing your viewers better and then being able to provide the content and the value that they would really appreciate. So I think that once you surpass 500 subscribers, that becomes a lot easier because you start to really hear from your viewers and they start to really post more in the comments. You start to see familiar faces, you see the same people posting, and you start to realize that you have a loyal following, and you can also engage with them in other ways and really try to connect and learn what they need. And I really think it helps to solidify what your channel is about and who you are helping. So I think that's number one, boosting confidence and the kind of the community aspect of it and how that grows as your channel grows. Number two is the opportunities that become available to you. Once you surpass 500 subscribers and get closer to 1,000 and more, you start to have a lot more doors opening up to you and a lot more people start to reach out to you. So I have had many people reach out to me for sponsorship opportunities. So representing someone's product, either doing a video about it or mentioning it in my video or doing a specific commercial for their product. So I get a lot of emails like that throughout the week. Another opportunity that has been opened up to me after 500 subscribers is to do collaborations with other YouTubers. Another opportunity that has come my way from having more than 500 subscribers is podcast interviews. I've been getting a lot of requests in my inbox about doing a podcast interviews with people. So that's really exciting too. And I feel like none of these opportunities would have presented themselves to me doing my everyday regular job, right? Being on YouTube allows me to be in touch or have these opportunities presented to me, which is incredible and could be the same for you if you were to jump on YouTube or if you're on YouTube and you surpass 500 subscribers. I do think there's a lot of opportunities for making money on YouTube before you even get to 500 subscribers. Like you could do affiliates, links, and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of ways to make money on YouTube before you even get to 500 subscribers. But I want to share kind of what happened to me once I passed that threshold, because I do feel like it's a milestone on YouTube, because I feel like by the time you get 500 subscribers, you're starting to get into the groove of knowing how to produce videos and edit them. Of course, there's always room for improvement. I'm not saying that, but you start to understand the game a little bit more. But I do think that there is some sort of magical thing that happens once you surpass 500 subscribers. And then the other thing I wanted to say about it is that it also has totally transformed my life in that YouTube has kind of breathed life back into me. I've said this before in other videos, but I want to say it again here for those of you that haven't met me or haven't heard me speak before, is that before I found YouTube, I was in a kind of a dark place. I was quite depressed. I didn't have any goals anymore. And then I lost my job. So then I also felt like, less than, I didn't feel like I had a purpose anymore. I'm a mother of 3, so I was very run down, and my identity was pretty much associated with mother once I lost my job. So I didn't have that identity anymore, and career is a very strong identity for me. So when that was taken or lost, I felt kind of like, why am I here? I'm just here to wipe butts and make food and clean the house. And, like, I know I'm really important in some people's lives, but I just felt like I had lost who I was as a person. I lost my passion. It was the first time in my life where I didn't have goals. I've always been very ambitious, very driven, always want to learn things. And I just had become kind of numb. I had experienced that 10 years prior, which is why I moved to Finland, but that's a totally another story for another day. But when that feeling crept back in, it kind of made me nervous because I felt like, who am I? Like I need a purpose in life. I need to be creative. I need to express myself. And I didn't know where that self went anymore. So when I found YouTube, it was a really beautiful experience because I was able to be myself, separate from all my other roles, like the role of mother, the role of architect or designer. I got to be Alexa again and express myself in my way without, a baby on my hip or, without being a taxi driver to and from sports. I got to be me. And I think that is one of the most beautiful things about YouTube is that you get to be authentic on YouTube and you will attract people that really jive with you as a person. And the other beautiful thing about that is that in life, it's so rare that we get to be authentic. I feel like at work, we put on our work clothes and we act in a certain manner. At home, we're like mom or dad and we have to act in a certain manner. And with our friends, maybe then we get to be authentic, but even then, maybe not, like depending on how deep your friendships are. And so I feel like YouTube really allows you to remove your masks, which seems ironic, but for me, that's my experience. It really allowed me to kind of like remove my mask and really step into who I am and really express myself clearly and passionately again, because I can't express my passions to my kids. I can't be like teaching them things that they know nothing about or that's an adult world. So I think that being on YouTube really breathed life back into me. I've said it that way many times on this channel before, and it really invigorated me and allowed me to start using my creative mind again and challenged me. Whereas my job that I'd been doing for, over a decade when I lost it had no longer challenged me. It was kind of numbing almost. And it was just monotonous, and life had become very monotonous, repetitive, the same thing every day, just wake up, serve people and go to bed, exhausted, and then probably wake up a few times in the middle of the night for one of the 3 children. Yeah. So my point is that if you are in a dark place, or if you are feeling like you're bored with life, or you feel like you've lost who you are, I think that YouTube is an excellent platform to kind of express yourself again. And the wonderful thing about it is that it's got like 2.6 billion users, maybe even more now, that are on it. So you are going to find those people that appreciate you when you show your true self. And it's the other thing I wanted to say about that is that when you get to be your true self in life and be authentic, and you get in the habit of being authentic every time you make a video and every time you upload a video, depending on how many times you do that a week, it creates this habit of being yourself. So now I'm showing up much better for my family and other people and society because I'm happier and I get to be in my own skin again. And it reminds me of who I am. So I am able to show up as a brighter light than I had been showing up prior to getting on YouTube. So I think it goes much deeper than what some people think YouTube's potential for a human is. Like, I really think it's a beautiful platform, and I really think that it can bring your light back, ignite your fire again in your belly if that seems to have gone out or is very dim. The other thing I want to say is that it allows for a lot of opportunities to do a career in a new directions. So for example, up until 2 weeks ago, I did not have a consulting firm, and now I have a consulting firm, and I'm meeting with clients every week, and I do it 3 days a week because I have all these other responsibilities and very limited time to meet with people. But I'm starting to build a business, and I do see, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel that I could make this a career and make this a full-time profession. And I think that's an amazing opportunity that we have with YouTube. It's a free platform. You could go on there, show up and do what you do best, and then potentially make that a career, because people have reached out to me and saying, I want to meet with you. And then I was like, okay, well then I'll start to set up a fee and set up meetings, and one thing led to another, and now I'm consulting with people, which I wasn't doing 2 weeks ago. And the other thing I want to say about consulting, like I am consulting people on how to grow their YouTube channel, right? But I'm a new YouTuber myself. I have 6,500 subscribers now, but I've only been doing this 12 weeks. But I'm a few steps ahead of someone else who maybe has only 2 subscribers or 500 subscribers or something like that. So I've achieved a little bit more, so I can coach them on how to get to where I am. So if you think you have nothing to teach, or you think you have no services to offer, as long as you are a little bit ahead of someone else, you have something to offer. And all of us are ahead of someone else in some aspect of life. We have experience, life experience, we have work experience, we have lots of different experiences that have added up to who we are, and we're inevitably ahead of someone and inevitably behind someone else. So you have something to offer. I would also say that sometimes it's nicer to learn from someone that's only a few steps ahead of you than someone way ahead of you. Like, I would rather learn from Modern Millie than from Mr. Beast, because Mr. Beast just seems so out of anything I could possibly achieve. It just doesn't seem believable or obtainable. But if I look at someone who's only got, maybe 15,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers, then I would want to learn from them because they make it seem obtainable. So I think that you definitely have something to offer, and your unique perspective. So I definitely say, if there's anything holding you back to hopping on YouTube or negative self-talk, just ignore it and go for it, because my life has dramatically changed and I am living a life that I want to live, and I could see this turning into so much more, and that is really exciting. Like, I wake up excited. I have ideas in my head all the time, and there is just so much to do and learn and experience, and people to meet and people to collaborate with, and opportunities are endless. So I just really think that it's an incredible opportunity. It's an incredible platform. And if you're thinking about getting on it, use this as your sign to tell you that the universe is telling you to go for it. And the other thing I want to say is that it also really enhances your personal growth and development, because it forces you to learn new things. Getting on YouTube, you have to learn how to do videos. You have to learn how to film. You have to learn how to edit. You have to learn how to post them. You have to learn how to look up keyword research and make titles and descriptions and thumbnails. There's a lot to learn, and it really challenges you. And I think when we're challenged in life, when we overcome those challenges, we gain more confidence, we feel better about ourselves, we feel proud of ourselves, we feel alive again. I think that it really does force you to grow as a person, because also when you show up, you're putting yourself out there. So you have to have some courage and bravery to do this. And that also enhances your life, because you're doing something out of your comfort zone and you're overcoming that discomfort and growing as a person. So I think there's a lot to offer with YouTube. Once you have more than 500 subscribers, you start to really, you have to relate to people. You have to maybe deal with some negative comments. You have to keep showing up, which, being consistent requires a certain amount of grit. And, it really pushes you to show up, and even to show up when people aren't listening, when your channel isn't growing, or when there's lull times, or it really pushes you to keep showing up and keep doing what you're doing despite maybe hearing crickets at times. It leads to personal growth. And that's the other thing. To just wrap this all up into a nice little package with a little bow on it, I just want to say that surpassing 500 subscribers has been a very transformative experience for me. And it's not just about the numbers. It's about how much YouTube has enriched my life and how much it's given me this sense of fulfillment and purpose, again, that was lacking prior to getting on YouTube. So I want to say to you, if you are thinking about getting on YouTube, if you are struggling to get to 500 subscribers, stick with it, or get on there and just show up, post some videos and see what happens. A lot of us are like, well, am I just wasting my time? And, why should I bother? And it's like, well, isn't scrolling on Instagram or TikTok also kind of wasting your time? So why not waste your time doing something that could potentially lead to a new career, or even if you don't want it to make it a career, but lead to personal development, lead to feeling good about yourself and confident and stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging you and allowing you to be more creative and speak passionately about things. I think it has so much to offer. I would totally recommend it. I have nothing bad to say about YouTube. It has been a very pleasurable experience for me, and I've had a lot of fun. There's been ups and downs along the way. It is a struggle to do it. It does take a lot of time. I do have a busy life with 3 children, and all the activities that go along with that and responsibilities that go along with that. So it does take time and it does take effort, but I totally think that effort is worthwhile and I totally recommend it. And if you have any comments or you want to ask me anything, please post in the comments below and I will try to answer them as soon as I possibly can. But I definitely recommend getting on YouTube if you are thinking about it. And hitting that milestone, I really think it transforms your life in a very impactful way once you surpass that 500 subscriber mark. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day and see you in the next video.